This week we're talking about decision making, a relatively simple topic on the surface. As we begin to delve into our material, we'll discover there are a number of different ways of looking at decision making and making decisions within organizations. First, we rely on and look at a series of articles that talk about hunches and biases we have that affect the way we make decisions. Talk briefly about Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman's book, Thinking Fast and Slow, which recognizes some decisions are best made by intuition, such as how to catch a ball, and others, such as whether or not to launch a new operation, take a slower, more deliberate thinking. And even within that slower and more deliberate process, we are prone to lots of biases. And the article from Harvard Business Review makes us aware of some of the biases that we have. One of the ones I see a lot in business is what's called sunk cost bias, where because we've already invested so much time, energy, and effort in something, we continue to make a bad decision rather than starting from that decision point new each time. Then as we look at a newer development in decision making, there's the idea of automated decision making. It goes by a lot of different names: big data, data analytics, business intelligence, but it all deals with using computer technology to help us make better decisions. Technology is cheaper, faster, more powerful. We have more data at our fingertips than ever before. Can we not use this form of decision making to lead to better organizational outcomes? And we have an article from McKinsey & Company that would argue yes and no. It depends on the situation. And so understanding what are the situations where using decision aids and decision models, decision support systems leads to better outcomes is an important understanding for us. And then the last set of articles and videos we look at deal with really understanding what's the problem that we're trying to solve with the decision we make. What's the question we're asking? And that depends a lot on whose perspective you're looking at. And while it's a rather tongue-in-cheek article on whether you keep your girlfriend or your dog, the idea of do we look at things from an economic standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, from a behavioral economist standpoint, and how each of those can differ. So that's what we cover this week in decision making. Our assignments, we have a dialogue about understanding how do we make our best decisions under pressure with limited time, which is a realistic situation we face. And then this week will be our first business case analysis, where you're being asked to analyze decisions that were made in a situation and what are the outcomes or what are the better decisions you think could have been made to have resulted in a better outcome for the smoke jumpers in that fire.